In Volume 14 of the light novel, Rimuru created 12 Guardian Lords whose power is equivalent to that of a true Demon Lord. If you didn't know, in this volume he ended up giving 12 of his strongest allies 100,000 souls each, which ended up evolving them and giving them all an ultimate skill. Among them all, the person who claims the strongest spot in his subordinates and could become a Demon Lord if he wanted is Diablo. While some feel that Zijin is stronger than him, Diablo's power and battle experience is on a whole nother level. He's so strong, he's the only primordial Guy sees as an equal, not just for his strength, but for the fact that Diablo is nearly unkillable. I explain more about this in my Guy vs Diablo video, but this was a key factor that made Diablo annoying to fight for Guy. Aside from all that, his ultimate skill is insanely overpowered. He's able to create a temptation world where he has full control. He's able to pull targets in and even crush the world on itself, swallowing and crushing everything inside to nothing. Zijin was mentioned earlier because he's in second. He ascended himself all the way from an injured insect to one of Rimuru's top 3 most powerful subordinates, with it being stated he could go toe-to-toe with and perhaps even surpass Veldora in pure hand-to-hand combat. He was originally born in the other world to fill in the vacant spots in the 12 insect generals, but was chased out by the prince who was wary of his potential, later being found by Rimuru. But other than his crazy strength and durability, Zijin's ultimate skill, Mephisto, Lord of Fantasy, is beyond broken. It allows him to create a world where even the flow of time can be twisted to Zijin's imagination, a world where everything is decided to his wishes. With this and just how absurdly strong he is, he claims one of the highest spots in Rimuru's 12 Guardian Lords. But right behind them is Benimaru, who formerly was the Prince of the Ogres. Benimaru quickly rose to being one of Rimuru's most powerful subordinates. He's one of Rimuru's big 3, and even among all the overpowered people, Benimaru stands out with how strong he is. His ultimate skill is Amaterasu. Not only does it allow both physical and magical attacks to completely pass through him, it also has a magical flame that when added to his sword results in his attack becoming incredibly powerful. He uses 2 techniques to burn the enemy to nothing, even reaching divine speeds. This ultimate skill has the ability to create a hive mind with his subordinates, letting them work as if they were one will. This allows them to compete with someone who's far superior than them. Another thing that lets these 3 outshine all the others is that him, Zijin, and Diablo are all capable of using null energy from Rimuru, giving them a huge advantage. The next potential Demon Lords we'll talk about is the trio Testarossa, Carrera, and Ultima, being the 3 Diablo recruited to serve Rimuru and also 3 of the 7 primordials that exist in the world. While they don't compare to Diablo or Guy, they are extremely powerful and easily took a spot in Rimuru's strongest allies. Even before Rimuru evolved them, they already had immense strength that could claim their spots as Demon Lords. Starting with Testarossa, she has her ultimate skill Belial, which is said to govern both life and death. It's not explained yet, but it's a world skill, so it's probably broken. She has an art called White Flare, which is an inescapable white flame superior to even nuclear flame. This flame consumes life and reaps it. As for Carrera, she has Abaddon, which can disrupt spatial type abilities and even bypass distortion fields. It was merged with Sandaphone, which can counteract magical effects, drain targets' energy, prevent targets from using magic and magic based healing, and even break down defensive barriers. As for Ultima, her ultimate skill is Samuel. This ability allows her to find the target's weakness and assists in creating poison tailored to kill them. His ultimate skill also has Death Whirl, which unconditionally kills any and all targets that don't have ultimate skills. Xian's obviously on this list, having one of the most broken skills in general, but it became even stronger with its evolution to an ultimate skill. Her ultimate skill is Susano, which allows her to turn target's energy she receives into her own energy. She can use that same energy to defeat them, but the biggest thing about this skill is that she can manipulate any outcome. She can manipulate the laws of the world and even ignore the laws of physics. This allows her to face stronger opponents, and if she damages them once, she can always do it again no matter what. Another monster who was by his side since the beginning is Ranga, turning from a regular wolf to a divine wolf. He is definitely strong, having the ultimate skill Haster. It's able to transform its user into magical wind, also giving him full domination over weather, wind, and sound. Next is Gale Jr., who was the son of the last orc disaster. He is extremely strong, having his ultimate skill Beelzebub, which is like an inferior version to Rimuru's Beelzebub. While it is inferior, the skill is extremely strong, having a bunch more skills incorporated into it. Standing next to him, we have Kumara, also known as the Chimera Lord. She was originally under Claimant, and she's the only character in the world to have received 9 names. Her skill is Bahamut, which is not explained yet, but all her tails are separate beings that were given the names, so they probably are extremely powerful. Now, moving on to another former finger of Clayman and also a follower of Luminous, we have Alderman and his ultimate skill Necronomicon. It has a few abilities such as giving the user total control over the undead. He can swap between demonic and holy alignments to cover both of their weaknesses. Lastly, he can attack the target's spiritual and astral body directly, potentially resulting in an instant kill. After Alderman is Gabiru, who evolved into a true dragon newt. The skill he was given is Mood Maker. This skill is pretty strong, being able to alter the outcome of an event and rewrite the results to favor him or his allies. The bad thing about this skill is it can only be used once per day. With this skill, he's also able to boost his power and become stronger dependent on his mood. But if you enjoy, consider watching one of the ones on the screen, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.